Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. Good morning.
How we doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
Not too bad. Hey, look at promise made, promise kept. Told you to bring you back.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. You know I love chopping it up with y'all, man. So when he told me that you guys wanted me back, I was like, yeah, they did it. Yeah, they kept their promise because I was thinking about it after we won last year. I said, let's see. Let's see if they're gonna do it. Yeah, and y'all did it. So cool. Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here.
Yeah, this is the first time we're gonna have someone from the other team on as well. We're gonna have Tenard on. So
this is the first time you're gonna have guests from opposite teams. This is the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
When Julie approved that, I was like, these are the two guys I want. She's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, perfect. So how are we feeling?
All right. I feel good. I mean, blessing to make it, but since we're still a couple days out, you go through a million in your head, some good, some not so good, some, you don't know how you're going to respond. So, it's still that little, tension, before the match. But when it comes to actual Friday, I'll be calm. I'll be
fine. What's it like? So, because you guys have come up short, not to rub salt in the wound, but short the last two seasons, right, in the finals?
Yeah, no, it's the truth. Not only have we come up short, we came up short in like, it's kind of like weird and eerie in the same way. I had to go to a sudden death match, and we lost 6-3 and 6-4
with your
in
best
the sudden
guys
death matches.
Too. Yeah,
with our best guys, man. So yeah, it's we're trying to avoid that this time.
Are you guys? Is anyone talking about that, or is you just keeping it out of sight, out of mind?
No, we talked about it because it's the elephant in the room. It's not like you got how you want to go around it. It is what it is. Everybody knows that we've made it to 3 in a row, actually 4 in a row, and these last 2 we've lost in heartbreaking fashion, man. So no, we talked about it.
Okay, all right. How's everyone feeling though, guys? You guys feel like you're playing your best highlight right now?
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you're gonna understand it, but it might not be the best, but it's the most cohesive. This is the most together we have played. Because sometimes you'll come in and you'll feel like you're playing great individually, but this is doubles. You got to play together,
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not on the same page, it's not gonna work. So I don't know if from an individual standpoint, I've definitely seen better highlights from all of us, but cohesively as a unit and play in our doubles teams, we're very, very together, very, very cohesive, man. We're communicating the best, we understand, we're executing the game plan, not to perfection, but damn near, which is, you're never gonna be, you ain't gonna bat 1,000 when you're trying to do when you're playing highlights, especially on the court we playing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you execute the game plan over 90%, you're doing well. So I think we're playing the most together, cohesive highlight that we have. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Do you like that it goes all doubles in the playoffs?
Personally, no. Because it wasn't always like that. They changed that probably maybe 3 or 4 seasons ago. I feel like it was our second championship that they switched it out from having a singles to all doubles, but I understand that it needs to be all doubles for the growth of the league. It has to be. But if I had my choice, yeah, there'd be some singles.
Okay. You like singles better than doubles, like personally? Because I know a lot of guys like the one-on-one aspect of just.
Yeah, I personally like singles because when we first started this way back in 2018. It was all singles for almost 2 years. The only thing we played with. Sorry about I'm about to be parked in a little bit, so this sun is not gonna be blocking me. I'm sorry about.
It's okay.
I gotta go pick one. Yeah, I gotta go pick my mom up. She gotta go take her to a doctor's appointment, man. So I'm trying to be a good son.
I get it. I appreciate it. Hey, look who's here too. Good morning, Tenard.
Well, good morning, man.
How we doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Not too bad. Got you. This is the first time I got a player from each team on, so I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining.
No doubt, no doubt.
Good
So how
morning,
you
C.
feeling?
Good morning, Ben.
How you feeling heading into Friday?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Just I'm sticking to my same routine. Train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Get up, have my breakfast, sit by the pool, relax, talk to my son. Nothing changes on my end. It's just I know how big the game is. Uh, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to change your routine.
Well, you guys have been. I asked Ben this too, but you guys have been the kind of the top dog all season long. Up there at least in first place or near it.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like you guys are playing the best highlight right now? Your best highlight?
Well, I believe we play our best highlight the day we play, yes, but we can always have room for growth. Each team in its own right has a good chance to win. I just think we got a chance. We had a chance to figure it out sooner than later. Going into the draft, we were not the team to win. We were the underdog of the entire season until we got to a certain point that we were winning and we moved up the rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe we drafted very well, but we also drafted with a little bit of uncertainty because at myself, I didn't know Lulu. Um, is that true? That's you making that noise, Ben?
Sorry, yeah, that's me sneezing. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, but I think your seatbelt making that noise too. It's like
Oh,
making a binging
I guess
noise.
y'all. My bad. I guess y'all see I'm not a safe driver.
No, it's not about being safe. It's like it's binging, binging, binging. But yeah, but to finish
My
what
bad.
I was saying, we went into the draft being underdogs. When we drafted, we were the underdogs, and then as the season went on, we moved up the rankings. And the job is not done yet. We still got to go out there and finish this last game. Even though the Renegades, are a proven team, they're two-time champions. They could easily be four-time champions. But we got to go out there and keep that losing streak on their end when it comes to this final game.
I was just looking at the matchup and the pairings, and Ben, how do you feel about you're out there if it goes to sudden death?
Well, let's just keep it 100, man. If we go to the sudden death match, we in trouble. That just is what
Okay.
it is. It was the same thing when we played the Devils. I can say this, because me and Tanal have a very very similar background. That's why it's such a high level of respect for us. So we just keep the shit real. We are combined, I believe, a 0-29 with our Division 4 and a Division 16. So it wasn't no secret who they were gonna pick to put out there, and that's for a reason. So
Mhm.
with me and a player who I don't, we play pelota, so I have a player in front of me that doesn't play pelota, and he's going against someone in Ando Lalou on the Fireballs who was over there in France, saucing people up in professional tournaments. So that's not going to be good for us. I'm always going to go out there and fight, but I'm also realistic. Just like when we played the Devils, that last match, when it was coming down to the wire, it wasn't a good feeling if you would have had to walk out there for that sudden death match. So that is a distinct advantage for the Fireballs, knowing that they can actually afford to, have a tiebreaker. We can't. That's just true.
Yeah,
That's just being real.
yeah. Ben made a very very honest and transparent point. Uh, the what being the top seed is works in our favor, and we lost our four with Ron. So we I said this in an interview when we won a couple weeks back. Being in first place works in our favor. It gives us the opportunity to dictate our chances to win. That's what I like what Scott did with this format. It goes 3-3. The best team gets to choose their sudden death. We know if the we knew going into the last game this year, we had the fireball. We needed the Devils to either tie or lose in order us to control first place. The
Mhm.
Devils tying gave us a chance to solidify first place. If we would have been second place right now, or third, because if we lost, we would have been in trouble. Our team is good. Don't get me wrong, but we don't want another team dictating our chances to win when it comes to the sudden death.
I said that at the time. That last week of highlight, I said it's pretty much playoff highlight right here because you had the
Yes,
Warriors fighting to get in, and then you
yes,
had
It
seeded.
was.
Yeah.
yes, and
It
that's
was like
when
it was an extra week of playoff. Yeah, you're right.
And when you
Yeah.
have a good format, when you have a good program, you got a balanced team through and through. As a program, as an organization, that's what you would want. You want your last games to get people to be in tune, to be engaged, to be a
Mm-hmm.
game like that with the Devils fighting for first, the Warriors fighting to get in the playoffs, and then you have also too the Chargers who were still hoping and praying that the Warriors will lay an egg, and they didn't because their best player to me this season was Alex. And he decided to turn up to put his team in a position to get in the playoffs. So, this is the fun part about sports. This is the stuff that most players dream of. You put yourself in a position to go out there and finalize your season with a game like this. I feel like it's a match made in heaven, and I say that in a sarcastic way. You have the team that was the worst team the past 2 years in the
Mm-hmm.
championship, and you have the team that's the best team the past four seasons in the championship. So, and you also too have two brothers that are going against each other, with Gorcheri being by far their best player and somewhat captain, and you have our player who's our number one, but who's not really a number one, but he's a number one in the hearts of our owners and our management,
Mm-hmm.
going against his brother, who I'm sure he wants to win and just have that look what I did without playing with you, because I know he loves playing with his brother, but this is the
Mm-hmm.
best time to play against his brother and have a championship, and that's Arats, our team captain.
Rats and Leloup kind of they people were kind of doubting them, at least from the betting markets I saw at the beginning of the season, and then they really proved everyone wrong all season long. They played well together. I see, looking at the schedule, Tenard, I see that you've got the first match.
Hmm.
Do you prefer that, or would you rather, or do you not care, or would you rather be like the second or third match?
I don't care. I like to start it off and I like to end it. Whatever Scott wants me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week he put us in the last game to solidify that last to win that in order to us to go to the championship. I like pressure. I like to be
Okay.
put on the spot, and I also like to set the tone going into the game too. So if I'm if I'm a tone setter for game one, you know, we're not going to underestimate those guys. They can go out there and win 6 points, and then they can find a way to win another 6 points. We don't want to give them air when they know they have to start. You need fire to start. You need air to start a fire. We can't give them air to start a fire, because when you get Cherry going, and Ben, like I said, like Ben said, me and him are two competitive players. Ben is very capable of going out there to play with his front quarter with um
Stan.
what's your stand? Yeah, I couldn't say his name, with his sixth stand, and get him to go out there and play at a high level. So I don't care. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care. I just want to go out there
What
and
about
play.
you, Ben? Do you prefer to play first, or does it not matter to you?
I'm gonna be real with you. I would have preferred to be out there. I would prefer to because for some reason in the playoffs, I feel better by being in that first man, regardless of what really happens. I want to get out there. It's kind of like when you playing ball, you get that first shot up, or if you're playing football, you take that first hit. I wanted to. I would have, if it had been up to me, one of my teams would have been out there to pop it off. But it is what it is. You gotta do what you got to go out there and play with the order that Scott sets up. But yeah, I would have liked to have been the first match. That's why I was happy when we played the Devils that me and Gorcheri was the first match.
I can't remember if I asked you this. I think I did, but what's it like watching Gaucheri? There's times when he just takes it to the next level. I always say it's like that meme where you ever see that meme where the guy's playing video games and then he leans forward when it's
And
like
he,
time to
and
take
he
it
leaned
serious.
forward. Yeah.
I go, you can see that with Gaucheri. Sometimes he touches his glasses, or like he won't be playing up to his level. Then he might lose a set. And then he's like, okay, it's time to play for real. And then he just dominates. What's it like? And can you tell when you're out there when he's about to get into it in the rhythm and in the zone?
I mean, we always, when we talk before the match, he always has two game plans, and one of them involves me, and then another one is basically just get the fuck out the way, you know. So I know when it gets to a point, if we get down like 3-1 or 4-2, that pretty much all I'm gonna have to do is make sure I catch any of the lobs coming to the back. But if it's going hit or rebote, or if it's coming hard and low, he gonna snatch it and he gonna do his thing. And I know to just to pretty much stay out the way in those situations. But it's beautiful to see, man. Because when he gets to that mode, I've only really two people when he's playing like that can like match him. One of them not here no more in Oleron, because when him and Oleron they played a singles match, and I think that was the best highlight ever seen. And Zuleika, who's a player who doesn't play Pelota, but when he's on point, he's a person that I've seen that has, made Goicheri play at that level. When Goicheri's go into that Goku Super Saiyan mode, that's something else, man.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tenard, well, first of all, do you guys ever like going into this? Do you guys like playfully trash talk at all, or is it all business and serious?
Ben knows my personality. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a professional. I'm also a shit talker. I'm also a sarcastic, player. They say I try to get in their heads. I'm just a competitor. So,
You're an asshole. That's what. Man, listen, I'm gonna cut him off. Let's be real. This man played defensive back in the NFL. Part of being a DB is getting in your opponent's head. This man's mental warfare is next level A1. He done made players cry in this team, man. So he is a seasoned mental warfare expert, and you cannot let this man fuck with you. If you do, and he takes blood, and he sees he's got you, he's not gonna have. One
That's
of the things
why you
I
had
love
to cut
about
him off right there, right? You had to cut him off because he's trying it right there.
He's trying to with that bullshit. Let's just be real. One of the things I love about the man is you can see it. When he sees that blood and he sees he's got you, he's not going to let up. He is not going to. He is like a motherfucking lion on that. When they chasing that slow gazelle and they see, he stumbled and he's gonna go at your neck. That's why you cannot give him. You can't let him know that he's getting to you. Because if he do, he's not going. Some people be like, okay, I know I got him a chill. He not one of those people. So all this what you see right now is actually his representative. This is not the real Tenard. I just hope that you understand that. Because behind closed doors in that locker room, listen, that man is a pit bull.
So
okay.
so he cut me off, and I would like to finish my.
I did. You can finish now because we know it's bullshit. Go ahead.
So basically, what he's saying is 90% true, but the 10% part is I know how to tone it down and pay the respects to the other players and the other teams when I lose gracefully. So it's all
Well, you see my face.
We're in a position that we throw a ball for a living. There's bigger issues out here that we can be facing, but we get a chance to go out there and put on the show. And when I'm putting on the show, it's like I'm acting. I want to go out there and give a great performance, but I also want to let the other player know that they trash, but in a respectful way.
You guys ever trash talk on the court?
Year one, yes. Our first year learning how to play highlight because we didn't know the etiquette of the sport. So yeah, there was a lot of shit talking, a lot of unsportsmanlike play and gestures. At this particular phase in our career, it's a subtle shit talk.
Yeah, like a playful kind of.
Yeah, no, I won't say playful. Yeah, I'll say playful. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll be playful, but it's a way where, say, for instance, like Ben is having a terrible game, or I'm having a terrible game, and you'll hear the team outside saying, "Throw it outside, throw it outside." 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, knowing that the person is already outside. Now, if that was Cherry outside, they won't throw a 2-0. If that was Doug outside or Zulenka, they won't throw a 2-0. So when your players when you're certain players like myself and guys who are in a lower group are not having a good game, and we're still trying to figure out how to navigate through the jitters of 5-5, and you drop 3 serves already. Shit talking or subtle poking at the player, I think is allowed, but not actually say, yeah, he sucks, throw it at him. No, you want to keep that area of respect still in
Okay.
the game.
What do you think, Ben? Have you ever trash talk out there, or just
No, because I wasn't really a big. I still don't think I'm a big shit talker anyway. But he is right. The year one was when it was probably the most, and coincidentally, that was the worst highlight. That's when we was the least. We had the least talented roster. Now, we have a lot of. I mean, the roster is majority bass now, and that is something that they have brought over with their culture, and that they don't really. That's not really a part of it. So we don't do it as much. But if we see somebody struggling, we will say, okay, yeah, go at him and basically make him prove that he's not as bad as he's playing in the moment. Whatever he's struggling in, whether it be missing rebotes, dropping passes, not being able to get the 2 walls, whatever it might be.
And Ben is normally not a shit talker. Ben argues a lot. That's one thing he does do, but I don't never hear him shit talk. Since day one, I don't think Ben ever shit talked on the court, ever. Unless I can say one game. It was against Ikeda, and it was that was a little friendly game, and Ikeda was talking shit about our year one guys, and Ben went out there and beat them.
So that wasn't shit talk. What it was is it was kind of like, hey, we serious about this. This is like, because year one, it was me, Tenard, and Anderson. We would literally practice on some days 4 hours. This is before and after a performance, because me, him, and Anna, we all were in that mode where we like, yo, we enjoy this, we respect it, and we want to get better at it. Some of the guys that got brought in, for whatever reason, they kind of like, I guess, thought that, we were disrespecting the sport. We wasn't, serious about it, or they just probably didn't feel that we didn't belong on the court with them. Let's just keep it real. And I remember, because I can say this not because me and the kid are more than cool, but in the moment he said something off the court about us all. And I'm like, no, I can play with you now. I may not have all the time, but I seen you play. I can play with you. And he said something. I said, okay, let's go. And we played, and I ended up beating out. Now, he was still better than me. He still was better than me in the moment, but I wanted him to see. And again, like I said, me and Tenard, if it would have been Tenard would have been the same way. Me and him had that same background that, like, okay, if you're going to take me to a mode that you probably did. I don't think highlight players, traditional highlight players, understand that about people like Tenard, me, Cool, and that here in America, when you're an athlete, if try you like that, you go to a different place mentally, and you may be able to do stuff that you can't normally do, but because this person has basically tested your heart, you got to show them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I guess when I say shit talk out there, I mean like the respectful kind, just like, hey, you nudge them, you get in their head a little bit, but not the like anything with ill intent or anything like that. But that's interesting. I mean, because every sport, everyone's different. Some things motivate people. Some people need it. Some people need to, like, hear that they're playing like shit, or they're not doing well, even though they know it, like you said, in their mind mentally to get them to focus up and get to the next level. I mean, we see that a lot in basketball right now with the NBA playoffs. You can see it out there, those guys chirping at each other and whatnot. So
yeah.
Did you see Halliburton last night?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that earlier in the show. Yeah, man, that guy is ice in his veins.
And I love Halliburton. I love how they say he's overrated, or whatever the hell they said, and that turned him on, and he was like, okay, that shows you. I love players like that, bro. It was one of my favorite players right here.
Yeah, we're seeing two different things. So like Halliburton, like that, he uses it as motivation, and then you've got Anthony Edwards, where Steve Kerr said if we had the number 1 pick, we wouldn't draft you back in 2020. You think that would motivate him, and he went out and played like ass yesterday, you know? So it's like some players are able to take it and use it as fuel, and others not so much. Yeah. Well, guys, hey, good luck Friday. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it. What do we got? What time is this at?
7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Friday
Eastern.
over at the Magic City Casino in a 305 room.
Awesome. Yes, Friday. I'll be previewing that on the show too. But best of luck, guys. I'm excited to watch the match and watch you guys. I hope you both win your match. How about that?
Oh well,
I appreciate it.
I like that mutual thing you just said. But appreciate you having us on, man. We love the fact that you support us, support our brand, and
definitely do.
I'm sure we'll be seeing one. You'll be seeing one of us after the championship. We just don't know who it's going to be.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day and good luck Friday. And like you said, I'll be seeing one of you afterwards.
Let's go Fireballs, baby.
Go Renegades. All right.
Later, guys. That was awesome.